I'm Meg, and in this tutorial, we're going to get you set up on Google Analytics. Now, your website platform likely has its own version of analytics, but Google Analytics are much more thorough. Not only that, Google Analytics also work with Google's other platforms like Google Ads. Let's head on over and get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is head to analytics.google.com, and you'll be brought to this screen. Now, if you have multiple Google accounts or Gmail accounts, you want to make sure that you're logged into the correct one. In order to verify that, what you're going to do is just drag your mouse over to your profile picture, hover over it, and it'll show you which account you're under, so which one you're using. If you need to switch, just click on your profile picture itself and then click the correct Google account from the list down below. And if you have to sign in, that's fine. You can be signed into more than one Google account at a time. But you want to make sure that the profile picture up here is the profile picture of the account that you want to create your Google Analytics account under. Okay, so once you get that all straightened out, you are going to click on Start Measuring right here. And account name, I just like to use my business name. Makes it super simple. And then down here, clicking on this basically enables Google Ads to access the information in your analytics. This is a newer feature, so I'm not completely clear on it and how it works, but you can read up on it here. I usually uncheck benchmarking and then I leave the other two checked, but feel free to take as much time as you need to read through and understand exactly what you're clicking on. So once you have that sorted, you're going to click Next. And property name is basically your business name. So you can type in website if you want, but just writing your business name is fine. And then you're going to change your time zone and your currency. And we're going to click Next. And you just enter in a little bit of demographic information. I always find that business categories, while there seems to be a lot, there is never enough. So I usually check other for my business and then choose the size of your business. You are considered an employee of your business. That's why the number starts at 1. And then this basically is just what your goals are on Google. So for me, I like to measure customer engagement with my website. So basically what that means is I like to know how people are using my website. Are they going through more than my homepage on my website? And then measuring data across multiple devices or platforms basically lets you know how many people are accessing your website on mobile versus desktop and all of that. And I like to increase my conversions because I sell online courses on my website. So I want people to buy them, and that is considered a conversion. Analyze my online sales, basically the same thing. And then measure lead generation. This is basically how people landed on your website. So how did they get there? So now we are going to click Create, and then you are going to have to verify the terms of service. So again, read through those at your leisure. Whoops. Okay, there is more than one box of legal terms. So make sure that you scroll down to the second box of legal terms. Click on the I accept box, and then click the final I accept. So that's as far as we can go on the setting up end of Google Analytics because I already have a Google Analytics account associated with my website, and that's what we're looking at right now. So once you clicked the I accept terms, you're likely going to be brought to this dashboard. You may be brought to this dashboard, but a pop-up shows up covering this dashboard, and that pop-up will likely be telling you what your user account number is, along with a string of code that you need to paste onto every single page of your website. Yes, I know it is a little tedious. So you need to have that code embedded on each page of your website so that way Google can actually track the analytics, the people coming and going and where they go and what they look at and how they got there. So basically how that looks is it depends on your website platform. I use Squarespace. So I clicked on one of my pages. I clicked on Advanced. This is where you insert your page header code, and the Google Analytics code is considered a header code. So if you have no idea where to find how to input header code, just Google your website platform, whether it's Squarespace or WordPress or Shopify, Wix, all of that. So Google that and then access header code or something like that. And then you're going to copy your code from Google and you're going to paste it in anywhere on the header code section. So that's basically what it looks like. Now, if you did not see that window or if you accidentally X'd out of it, here is how you find that code. You're going to click on admin in that left sidebar. And then this is your property. You can see your user account number here. Some website platforms ask for this number specifically. Sometimes you don't have to enter the code. All you have to do is enter this number. So if that's the case, here it is. So we are going to click on tracking info, tracking code, and this is the code that you are going to copy and paste into the page header section on every single one of your pages that are enabled and live. If you have a big website, it's a little bit time consuming, but you can do it. So now that we've gone through the back-end setup type stuff, I'm going to quickly breeze through Google Analytics to give you a general tour so you can understand what everything is. So this is the general dashboard. It kind of shows you just some basic analytics at the top here. You can also scroll down to get a little more information. There's so much stuff. Now, all of this information, this is kind of like a summary. You can get more information on this, on these settings here. So real time, I usually click on the category and then overview. If you are super into data, you can go super in depth by clicking on any of those. So in overview under real time, you can find out who is on your website right now, which is kind of creepy, but you can do that. So currently nobody is on my website, but if they were, I can find out where they came from. So were they referred to by a social media platform? Did they directly type in my website URL? And I can find out where they're from and which pages they're on. Now we are going to click on audience and overview. So notice that you can change the time frame. So this is basically over the past week, and it gives you a sense of how many people were on your website. So sessions is basically how many visitors you had. New users is people who've never been on your website before, which is pretty cool. And then total users is literally total people who went on your website. So you'll notice that users is 127, sessions is 184. What that means is that users are individual people and they likely visited my website multiple times, which is why the sessions are higher than the users. The rest is pretty self-explanatory. I like looking at this little pie chart here to find out the ratio of new users to returning users. Pretty cool. And then you can get some demographics about your website visitors. You can find out which language they speak, and you can find out which country they're from, and you can even find out the most popular cities, which is pretty cool. You can find out which browser they're using, all of this stuff here, if they're on mobile versus desktop, that's what the difference is here. So pretty cool. Under acquisition, this is how people reached your website, so how they got here. So organic search means that they basically found you via a keyword. So for me, it might have been marketing courses. So somebody would have typed in marketing courses in Google, my website came up, they clicked on it, and that's what contributed to the organic search. Direct is if somebody typed in missmegabug.com or clicked on a link. Referral is more like a link. So they clicked on a link from another website. And then social is social media. So you have a little more information down here. Under behavior, this is basically the pages that your visitors went to. And again, always you can change the timeline here. So I like to, I'm going to scoot myself over here. I always like to see what my most popular pages are. So you can see that here. This is basically my homepage. So when you see the / and there's no link behind it, that's your homepage. So a lot of blog posts, people have found me and people have looked at a lot of my blog posts is basically what that means. Those are my most popular pages on my website. And then conversions, this is kind of a newer feature that I haven't fully explored, but you can create goals. So for example, a goal for me would be to sell more Marketing 101 online courses. So I would create that goal and then I could see how many people purchase my course. So Google Analytics will track your course sales or any kind of sale. You can also have a goal of have people contact me. So it would track how many people filled out your contact form and all of that jazz. So feel free to just take your time and go through all of these different settings. I know there's a lot. There are many tutorials, including some from Google, that go through analytics more thoroughly and explain how to use every little feature. But for the purpose of this video, I just wanted to provide a general overview. So I hope that helped. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below and I will do my best to answer. If you're looking to learn even more about website SEO, search engine optimization, website design, and anything marketing related, check out my Marketing 101 online course. It is an 8-module course that covers a range of online and traditional marketing platforms. I have linked to it down below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.